Welcome back to Etc. Podcast. I'm your host, Victor Long, my co-host, Mark. How you doing, sir,
Yo.
on this fine and lovely Friday?
I'm doing great. How are you, Victor?
I'm doing good, man, and I hope my Phillies are doing better because they're in the middle of Game 4 right now, and I need them to be up 3-1 tonight so they could win it in Arizona, and they don't got to come back to Philly and stress us out like the Philadelphia sports always do.
This is true. We might have home advantage, but we also crack under pressure.
It's just the structure is kind of weird because, like, unless I'm wrong, I know at least in NBA it's like this when you have a 7-game series. The team with the better record obviously gets home field advantage in the first 2 games, and then you go to the other team's place for 2 games, and you come back for the last remaining back in home field. But in MLB, unless this has always been a thing or they recently changed it, it's you get home field for the first 2, then you go away to the other teams for 3 games, and then you come back. So, like, if you suck being away, you could start off 2-0 and come back 3-2 because they have home field advantage for 3 days in a row.
Yeah, that is weird.
Yeah, so...
Very weird.
But I believe that we could at least still take one in Arizona. Hopefully 2, because after today is like we have like a rough thing with our pitchers where we just have a bunch of guys going instead of having like our best guys.
Yeah.
But after this game is when we get our best guys back because they've been rested, so we can hopefully finish it out. But I just want to point out how I love how, in my eyes, I could be biased, but I feel like we are genuinely the best fan base in the United States for any sport.
Yeah.
I don't care what sport it is. We are the shit when it comes to repping our set and talking shit.
This is true. Yeah.
I don't care who. But the only people that I say is like, oh, close enough or close to it are the Bills, Buffalo Bills, and that's just for that one team.
Yeah.
Like Philly shows up for the Sixers, the Eagles, the Flyers, the Phillies. Like, if it has Philly in front of it, we are on that shit.
We could be shitty for like 10 years in a row, but that one year where we see some improvement, something happening, and we're just like there. Like, we don't care.
It's crazy. Like, no picks whatsoever. And we don't even have to be there. They like Phillies fans, obviously we had our first 2 games at home. We sell out every fucking game. You hear us the entire game. Nobody sits down.
Nope.
Now they're back in Arizona for these upcoming games. We couldn't even be there. There were still more Phillies fans there chanting and shit. Just because we're all over the fucking place. And people that couldn't even be there, they were buying tickets in their stadium just to keep the seats empty.
Crazy.
Because they were like $15, bro. It's cheaper to attend a game over there than it is here. We can fly to Arizona, buy a ticket to the game.
That's hilarious.
Stay there, and it'll be cheaper than driving 15 minutes to go see the Phillies play right in our own city. Just because nobody else gives a fuck about their team like we do.
Yeah, I mean.
And here, you could be in the nose. You could stand on top of the seats, not even in a seat, on top of them.
Yep.
And you got to pay like $500.
Wow, yeah. We're different. We're built different. I mean, like, come on. We're talking about what? The Diamondbacks, right?
Yes.
Like,
yeah.
What?
Cool name, cool logo. They got a snake and shit.
I like how on the jerseys it's like D back.
Yeah,
it's like
it's so fucking long.
Yeah,
bro.
The name's so long. I'm just like, y'all really had to think of a better name, but I'm like, it's cool.
Yeah. It's tough in theory because they in a desert and they got snakes, and snakes are cool. Not a lot of teams have snakes. They don't get to you don't see like the Florida snakes.
Florida snakes.
You don't really hear that. Excuse me.
Yeah.
But like then we have like in the last series in Atlanta, it was the same shit. Cheaper to go over there than be here. And then you got like we just dig up like the little shit. Like there's one of their players, Ronald Acuna. He's like a young player. He's going to be the MVP this year. He's amazing. He's like the first player ever to hit like 40 home runs and like steal 70 bases. Like crazy shit. He's really talented. He's like our age. Like he's young as fuck. But he got a DUI. So we were just chanting DUI every fucking time he went up. Had little kids chanting it. And then we were whooping their ass. They had the Braves are like another team, like almost like the used to be the Redskins or like the Chiefs where they're like Native American based. So they do the hammer chop or whatever. We were whooping their ass in Philly. Everybody was doing their fucking hammer chop right in their fucking mid. They were pissed off. The one guy, RC, it was like, oh, when we lost that one game to them, they're like, oh, there you go, Harper. Like, good shit, Harper. You lost the game for everybody.
Yeah.
Harper came back, hit 2 home runs, said, suck my dick, walked past around this base. He was on second base, looked him dead in his fucking optic sphere. It was like, eat a dick, pussy. I love it. I love that shit.
Yeah.
It's amazing. I wouldn't want to be anywhere else.
Yeah.
In terms of sports.
Yeah, it's definitely like I said, it's awesome when like we actually start to do shit because it's like we can really feel the energy. Like I
Yeah.
feel like
Like it turns out even it doesn't matter. We could be ass too. That's the thing. Like it doesn't
yeah,
matter. But like when we're good, we're
that's
gonna talk
true.
our
I
shit.
think like as a whole, when a team is ass, like we'll be upset, but we'll still cheer us on.
We
It's
hold them
more
so accountable.
it's more so when like a certain player is just ass, and I
Yeah.
bring it back to what's his name from the Sixers,
Ben Simmons.
Yeah, we take it back to Ben Simmons. Like he was just like not doing it.
You don't have to be great. You don't have to be the best player, or you just have to try, bro.
Yeah.
There are so many players that like we remember that like weren't fucking LeBron or some shit, but they gave effort, so we love them forever. Like it doesn't matter. Even not this year, but last year I believe it was the third baseman for the Phillies, Bohm. He said like I fucking hate it here. At the beginning of the season, we gave him shit for it. He was like my bad. And now he plays amazing. He's one of the best like third basemen in baseball. So it's like. As long as you understand that we never against you, we just really give a fuck about this shit. Like if you don't get, if we care more than you, that's a problem.
This is true, yeah.
It's like same thing with Ben. Like he really didn't give a fuck that much. He was just more so up in the lifestyle. Trey Turner was being ass like all season, and then at the literally the game that I went to, we started giving him a standing ovation. Now he's like the best player on earth right now. So it's funny to think about. And then you think about like the Eagles when we won the Super Bowl and shit, and we beat the Vikings. And we were in the Vikings fans feels like go Birds, and everybody's like, oh, we're classless. Da 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 da. Yeah. And other teams were throwing beer cans on the field. Nobody said shit about that. But since we're from Philly, it's a big fucking problem.
It's hilarious because when people see us and the way we are, they're just like, oh my God, they're so disrespectful.
Animals.
Yeah, animals. I'm
terrible
like,
people.
Maybe y'all just don't have enough energy.
Yeah, like maybe y'all
don't care. You know, like maybe y'all just look at it as in a sport. Maybe you just look at it as something as a pastime. We're just like, yeah, I don't know what to watch. Let's turn on the sports channel, you know?
And then all the shit they be talking about us for, it'd be stuff that happened like in the fucking 80s, bro.
Oh, yeah.
Like, didn't you boo Santa Claus? It's like, yeah, before cell phones were invented. Yeah, we booed Santa
I'm
Claus.
I'm surprised
like,
you still remember this.
Yeah, like you guys booed Beyonce. Maybe she deserved it. Maybe think about it. If I would boo her too if I paid $800 for a ticket and she wasn't giving it up to Beyonce levels of talent.
Yeah, this is true.
I don't remember what she did that day, but it got a bunch of Beyonce fans were in the stadium and they turned against you. What did you do, Beyonce?
Yeah.
B. What'd you do, B?
What'd you do, B? Come on, B.
But yeah, a lot of people ain't gonna be happy if I said that, but it is what it is. Yeah, bro. And then also, how was your time? I just want to get that out there because they're playing right now, and I don't know. Yeah. They just started. I don't know. We could be down. We lost yesterday. I was upset. I was at a concert. Yeah. I was literally before it started. I had the game up on my phone waiting for it, and then we lost at the bottom of the night.
It was a very depressing. I would say depressing also. That's very overreacting.
Extreme.
Yeah, it was just kind of upsetting just to kind of see like. It took until like I think probably like 7th inning for us to actually get a score.
It was like they fucked up and we took advantage. Like
it was a wild pitch. It was like literally right after we scored, they scored, and we're just like, oh fuck. And then like it all went down to literally like, okay, can they basically on their turn
on a buzzer beater type shit?
Yeah, again, that's what happened. We're just like, and it was just so annoying because we're like, yo, y'all are really so hype over there when y'all literally got fucking rolled yesterday. Yo, like there's no way y'all should be sitting here getting this hype.
10-0.
I'm seeing a little kid going, I'm just like, bro, like, please, like, what happened to y'all?
It happened with the Braves too. Like when we gave it up, it was literally the same type of situation. Like we gave up that game. We should have won it and we fucked up. Like we let it go. This game, it was just both sides. Like for 7 innings, we were just the pitchers were both doing an amazing job. It's like you can't really. There's gonna be games like that. Quinn texted me during the game prior when we scored like 10 runs. And I was like, I genuinely hope that we don't run out of runs moving forward, which sounds stupid. Like that's not a thing, but like it could be I don't know. In my eyes, I feel like it happens where, one day you could drop 15 and then the day after, like you can't score to fucking save your life. And that's literally what happened.
Yeah, I was going to say that's probably just exactly what happened. I don't know. Like you said, it's just hard sometimes to replicate something like that. You know, a lot of times people were saying, they were just playing for practice, in that game. And now it's like shit. But again, it's whatever.
New field. They were going to adjust to it. There's some of our players literally young as fuck. They've never played in that stadium before. Like the Bull Rojas. He only played like half of the season for us, and he's never played in that stadium before. So
yeah, I think we have a good chance. After yesterday, I feel like we should be able to.
It's going to happen. You play a 7-game series, like it's damn near impossible to like win every game. Literally, we handed the Diamondbacks their first loss in the playoffs.
Oh, nice.
Because they played 2 whole series and they hadn't lost yet. They swept the Dodgers and they swept the Brewers or some shit.
I mean, speaking of taking a loss, like it's the same thing with the Eagles, you know.
I said we sacrificed the loss to be up 2-0
Yeah.
with the Phillies. I was like, we sacrificed it to the gods, and it's gonna happen eventually. Like, that's why I told Quinn. I was like, do you really expect us to be undefeated the whole season? Like, it's not.
Bro, I remember there was a girl at my job that came to my window because we were wearing Philly stuff, and she was asking about the Eagles. She was like, "Oh, are you upset about them losing?" I was like, I mean, yeah, it sucked, but I mean, to be honest, like I felt like we needed to lose. And she was like, "Oh my God, what? Oh, why could you say that?" I'm like, bro, like, not that I wanted them to lose, but at the same time,
you can't just be caught up in your own shit.
Like I don't like people to be I don't like my team to be cocky, because then they think that, okay, like we can just play this with the same way and nothing's like we're gonna be undefeated. Like, no, like there's gonna be a team, there's gonna be people that are watching how you play and they're gonna find a way to be better. Like that's just how games are, that's how competition is. So for us to lose, it's almost like, bro, like smack on the back of your head, like, come on, wake up. like we actually gotta do better. Let's not just do the same bullshit. So.
And they knew that too. They had the same response. They were
exactly. Don't get me wrong, like the game was like, it does suck we lost that, because let's be honest, they literally only won from field goals and then the one touchdown
that we gave to them. Exactly. Like we literally had to give it to them so we can get the ball back and potentially win.
Yeah. So it was just like, come on now, like
yeah.
But you know, it's whatever.
There's a lot of injuries too, and all that shit going on.
Exactly.
So. But all that matters is what happens during January and February.
Yeah.
Because same thing happened in baseball where there were two teams that had the best records. They had like 100 and something wins. We eliminated one of them, and the other one got eliminated too in the first round. So you could win all the games in the world regular season, but once you win the tournament, it don't fucking matter what happens after that. Even in NBA this past season, the Miami Heat were the lowest ranked team, and they made it all the way to the finals. So as long as you get a chance to keep going, anything can happen.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's enough sports for y'all that don't give a shit about that, or you're not from Philly. You're like, we don't care. We hate you as much as possible.
Tell the jokes.
But yeah, and then yesterday I went to a concert at the Met. I went to see Daniel Caesar. It was a cool ass time. So I love being in a concert where people genuinely know all the words and shit, and you hear everybody like being into it. Yeah. It almost makes like, you know what? I have faith in the world. Like when everybody's like in unison, just like, oh my God, I love this.
Together. Yeah.
I'm just like, it sounds like a choir.
Yeah, I need to find an artist to listen to and just have that type of vibe. I think any artist I would go to right now at the moment, it's just gonna all be just loud, just everybody screaming. Yeah. It won't be something calm. It'll be something where everybody's either pushing each other and just trying to make a mosh pit for some fucking reason. Yeah.
There was a girl behind me that she was just like, after every song, just like high pitched, like her murder horror movie screech, and I was like, damn, bro, like. You got that.
I thought you were gonna say like she just starts crying.
Oh,
like,
no.
Oh my God. Somebody, just like,
it's like, are you good?
Yeah, you need help.
Yeah. No, though he gave away his fucking guitar, bro. He's like after a song, he was just like, yeah, it's the last show of the tour, which it really was.
Oh, nice.
And he was like, I'm gonna do something, but like don't make it a big deal. And then he like signed his guitar and gave it to somebody in the crowd. He's like, please don't make it a big deal. He's like, this is the last of the tour. I have to offload this. It doesn't fit. Like I gotta get rid of it.
I'm dead, yeah.
So he gave it out, and then he was just like, do you play the guitar? And the guy was like, no. He was like, learn. Like you better learn now, because I just gave you that fucking guitar. I'm like, yo, give it to me. That would have been my sign. I would have never dropped it. I would have been playing every day for the next rest of my life if somebody gave me a guitar like that. That would have been my sign. Like, yo, I'm going on the road. You better catch me in front of a mall. Yeah.
Oh man,
but
that's what's up.
It was a cool time. I went solo and I forgot about it. I bought the tickets in like June. Well, I bought one because I was like at work one day. I was like, oh fuck, they just dropped. So I went and bought them. And I went and I was like, I don't know what to expect. I went to a concert by myself once prior for Big Sean. But this time I like planned it and I didn't even realize it. But I got in there and I sat down and like everybody was full. But I sat next to like this one girl and I was just like, I'm assuming she's like waiting for a friend or something. But all the seats filled up and I was like, I know she's not with those people. So I asked, I was like, you here by yourself? She was like, yeah. I was like, me too. And then we just like was vibing the whole time. So shout out Janaya. But she was a cool peoples. And she was like, yeah, my mom told me about these tickets like the morning of. And I was just like, fuck it, I'll go. And I was like, yeah, I bought these like 6 months ago and I forgot about it. But I was like, I'm going to still go anyway.
Yeah, that's lit.
First time in the Met. And yeah, it's a nice little venue. Tickets aren't expensive either. And you get to sit down. So it's not a bad vibe.
It was funny when you texted saying you were going, well, I think it was when Quinn responded saying, "Oh, have a good time at the concert or whatever."
Mm-hmm.
In my head, I looked up because I wasn't sure who was going to be there. And I know prior, though, I had seen something, and I know Chris Tucker was going to be at the
he was going to be there today. He's there tonight.
So I was like, yo, is he seeing Chris Tucker? I was like, yo, this would have been hilarious to go see it. So that's what I thought. But then I was like, I really looked into it more, and I was like, okay, no, it's not today.
Yeah,
so
it's tonight. But yeah.
That's funny.
I would wish. It would have been fire.
Just comes up late.
Yeah, I can't go to that.
It would be the scene where it's on what is it? Is it 3 when they're on the stage? He was like, the moment I hear you,
he comes on the swing
over and over. Yeah,
that would be me at the top balcony.
Oh, that would have been hilarious, bro.
Yeah, I can't go to those shows because you even heard me. Yo, dude,
right?
Do a scene.
He would have been so tight. It was like, all right, the guy who keeps telling me to stop.
People were laughing because some people would like yell shit. And like during the concert, somehow like his name is Daniel Caesar. Everybody knows that. But some guy's like, "I love you, Danny." Like just kept calling him Danny, and everybody's like, "Yo, like stop calling him that."
Yo, like you don't know him like that. You don't know him like that.
Yeah, but there was actually a lot of people there like solo and I peeped, and I was just like, "Yeah." I was just like, "All right, cool." We like, we're not here together, but like we a unit right now because everybody is coupled up and shit. And I'm just I just really wanted to go to this. So yeah, cool time. Yeah, he gave out a guitar, played some piano, did some crazy shit. Music was loud. He had smoke. And he did this cool thing that I thought was pretty dope. I thought it was pre-recorded, but he had a monitor like behind him, obviously just showing like effects and shit.
Gotcha.
When he was coming out, he had like the camera crew following him from backstage to the front to come outside. And we were like, nah, like that's pre-recorded. But then we saw some signs that said like the Met and all this shit. I was like, oh shit, like that's like right now. And he stepped out.
That's right now.
And then he left. And then the John that I was with, I was like, she was getting ready. I was like, yo, he's not done. Like, I was like, I hope you know he's not done. Like, I've been to plenty of concerts in my day. They don't ever leave for real the first time. They always come back. So he goes back, and then they show the camera again of him walking out to his room. And I was like, oh, like he done for real. And they was like, nah, it's pre-recorded. I'm like, no, but look at the signs. It says the Met Philly. And then he sits down back there, like literally on a mic like this, and he plays like 2 more songs from back there. He's like, yo, y'all were like mad loud tonight. Like y'all sung every word. I fuck with y'all. They said I got time for it, so we're gonna do 2 more. And he did 2 more. And I was like, that's dope. I ain't never seen nobody do that before. Usually they'll just come back out because people are like, one more song.
He said, I'm tired of standing.
Yeah, I'm tired, boss. He dead ass laid down on the floor at one point, like for a whole song. Bull was having like Bull standing over him doing a whole solo.
That's crazy.
Cool times. I was worried he was gonna cancel it because like 2 days or like 3 days prior, he had to cancel another show nearby because he was sick. And I was like, damn. But then he did New York, and then he came here and did his show. But I think he was still like a little bit sick because for like 3 songs, like the more popular ones, he just stuck his mic out and like had us sing it. But it was still cool because everybody was yeah, he would say some shit to hype us up, but like he would just let us sing. They were filming it, so it's probably gonna be some documentary.
You start realizing you're just like he just has it out for like 10 minutes straight. You're just like.
But everybody was with it though. Like everybody knew the words and shit.
Just sitting there like, oh, is he gonna sing anything? Or is it just
there's just a cool vibe when like, especially for certain songs, when you just hear it or you hear that first note and you're like, oh my God, like he's doing now.
Yeah.
So that's why I love concerts in general, man. It's a cool thing. And he did like his mic was live and like the music was live. I hate when you just both stop talking and you just still hear the words going. I was like, damn, brother, I could have did this in my car.
Yeah, that's true. They only said like a couple words out of the verse.
And they got a backtrack playing. So I could do this at home, bro. I ain't pay for this.
Yeah. It's where a lot of times auto-tune messes things up.
Yeah.
Because you just, you can't do it for real. So you only say certain words that just make it seem like it fits. Concerts.
Yeah. But yeah, cool times. I'm trying to go to the next. I try to keep an eye out for concerts, but some of them just don't be intriguing me that much. It was like, or like the opener would be like ass. I'm like, I want a full. I don't want to go and I know what the fuck going on.
Yeah, this is true.
But I did have a question I want to ask you because it's something I was thinking about the other day. It has nothing to do with anything that we were just talking about, but I want to ask you this.
Shoot.
So I was thinking the other day, or like a while ago.
Thinking.
I don't know what triggered it. I think I might have saw like some court case or some shit going on, and I was just like, oh, like valid, whatever. They do their time, they get their sentence and shit. But I was like, I get why we don't have it anymore, like cruel and unusual punishment. But I feel like there's a part of me that's like, yo, like, could we like kind of bring it back? Like, there's some shit where it's like, or like you could at least give the option, whether it's the option of like the person who gets convicted or like the person that's it got done to, or it's like say if like I keep saying like they rob you or something, right? What if the judge says, hey, you got an option of doing 20 years or like they chop off your hand for like stealing that thing that
Yo, you're wrong.
or like even worse, say if somebody, not to like make it sound all terrible, but like watching child
pornography.
I didn't want to say the word because like my like YouTube, but like
my bad.
child corn, and they get caught with child corn, like fucking Subway guy. What's his name?
Yeah, I forget.
Jared from Jared Fogle. What if they call him? Is like, yo, like you got caught up with this. You could do life, or like we'll like take your sight. I feel like that's a fair thing.
It's fair, but I'll be honest. If it was me, I'd rather just take the time. Well, you said life, right?
Yeah.
Oh, never mind. I'll take the sight.
Sight's going. Like think about it though. For like,
yeah, there's no point in me sitting in a cell for life.
Like life without bail, or like you just can't see anymore because you just looked at some shit you was not supposed to look at.
That makes sense. It makes sense.
Or same thing of like SA or like grape, like
yeah.
Or somebody like we just chop your thing off.
Yeah, I mean, that's up to them. But
or I mean, what is it up to? What if it's up to the judge?
That is crazy.
Because like, what if you hear like the details of the specific case and the judge is like, yo, like time is not enough for you.
That's wild though. Like imagine just that person is just like.
Because I'll be hearing some cases like, yo, like fuck that person, bro. You're such a piece of shit.
Yeah,
I understand that there's a part of it where there's a past behind those people, where like a lot of times they were either abused themselves or they didn't have the right upbringing or just they have genuinely mental issues that need to get like addressed. But you still did the thing. Yeah. And like you deserve to suffer for it because the damage that you provided onto the person, onto the victim is permanent, whether it be physical or mental.
Mm-hmm.
So that's how I see it. I know it's a little like old school to do that shit, but I feel like there's some times where it's like, yo, it could be out there. If the death penalty is still possible in some states, I feel like that should still be possible. Yeah. I feel like this is going back to throwback Victor's Law.
Victor's Law. That's funny. Yeah, I think if we're not going to implement the death penalty in every state, then something like that should be implemented, where it's like some other type of repercussion that like kind of goes with like what you did.
Yeah,
I guess if that makes sense, you know.
Or what if it's not even anything that to that degree where like you're harming them, but it's like, yo, you got to get tatted. You ever seen the girl with the dragon tattoo? Not the Miguel song.
No. I remember the movie, but like I remember the movie coming out. I don't remember watching it though. I remember I watched parts of it. Yes, I never fully watched it.
If this is the right movie that I'm thinking of, or at least I think there's multiple versions of that same movie, like under the same title, but they just keep like doing remakes in as years pass. Because there was like a super old one. I think there's a book as well that is based off of.
There is a book.
But if I remember correctly, I don't know what the relationship was, but the girl with the dragon tattoo was being abused by someone. I forget what the relationship was. It was something that he kept having to like visit her for some reason, whether it was like therapist or like parole officer, some shit. But he kept sexually abusing her.
Gotcha.
And I believe towards the end of the movie, she gets like her revenge, and I forget what exactly happens. But I'm just tying this into what I'm talking about. Like I think she like tattoos like I'm a rapist like on his forehead or some shit, or like on his stomach.
Gotcha. I mean, yeah.
That's like cruel and unusual, but also what they did is cruel and unusual. So it's like,
is
this fucked up? Am I fucked up for thinking this way?
I mean,
like, is this extreme? Like, be honest.
I think in a sense, like people hearing this will probably be like, that's crazy. But then when they start to think about the fact of like what that crime actually is, if it's a really bad crime, I mean, I think
I'm not saying if you jaywalk or if you like steal like
you jaywalk, chop it, give me your leg,
or if you like stole some sneakers from Foot Locker, like that you should have your hand chopped off. But it's like if you're causing like very serious unreparable damage to somebody or something where you're ruining multiple lives, that's an issue. Or like say if like a CEO is like money laundering and like does all this fucked up shit, and the company goes under, he still has his millions, and then thousands of employees are like out of a job and potentially end up being homeless or like their kids struggle or whatever the fuck. There's got to be something deeper than just jail time, bro.
Yeah,
you are changing the trajectory of like a lot of lives.
Yeah,
and then there's like a snowball effect of what may come of that, whether if it's like divorces or losing homes or lack of education. Like
a lot of
that's what I
goes
think
into it.
about. I think like not even just the act itself, but what comes after the fact. Because a lot of people have to live with the crimes that happen to them.
Yeah.
Like you think about like a drunk driver hitting somebody and killing a loved one. I'm sorry I'm talking this way, but it's just real shit that happens. Like,
No, yeah.
and it pisses me off that I feel like jail is just not enough.
Yeah. Then they got these private jails. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, bro. And then other people making profit off the shit,
Yeah,
bro.
you see?
Did you look up all the shit that I was telling
I
you
didn't
about?
look it up.
I'm telling you, bro, you gonna be in a loophole.
Reminded me. It reminded me about it now.
You gonna go home tonight like,
That's
damn, bro,
funny.
Vic really.
Imagine like if it was like, okay, you stole shoes and now your punishment is now for the rest of your life. You can't wear anything else but
That'd be
sandals.
dope though.
You can't wear nothing else but sandals.
Not, I was gonna say barefoot.
Barefoot's kind of crazy though. For stealing something, bro. Imagine
No,
someone
but-
told you
but
can't
that-
wear
but
shoes
that's
anymore.
What, that's what I'm saying. Like that's for something like that. Like what shoes? Like $100-something, whatever. Like
yeah.
$200. I don't think it's that serious. Like that's jail.
It'd be funny though. It's just like, yo, like anytime you try to buy shoes, the John just said, nigga can't buy
Yeah.
shoes. Nigga can't buy
Can I
shoes.
see your ID? You're on the no shoe list.
You're on the no shoe list. I'm sorry, but you can't get these.
You can't get these until 2035.
Right? Like, yo, that's wild, bro.
Or like, what if we made it like? I mean, this goes into the unusual part, but like funny shit. You know what I mean? It's like, yo, you stole these sneakers. Cool. You want to wear sneakers all the time? You can only wear sneakers for the next month. You got to go to work and do everything else butt ass naked.
Yep.
If you want
Yo,
to
imagine.
cover your private parts, you got to put a sneaker over your
You gotta
private
put a
part.
sneaker there, yo. That's wild. Yeah. I mean, hey, at that point, you're calling out.
Yeah. Or you got to wear like a chicken suit or some shit. I don't know. Something embarrassing.
Yeah. Something,
But that's unusual punishment, laws and shit.
chickens.
You know how I go.
I'm dead.
These are the shit that I ponder on my way home. When it just be me, I'm like, I dropped off after a
He
session.
be-
I'm like,
He be Matthew McConaughey. in the
bro,
car.
that is me to the T,
It's
bro.
Matthew McConaughey.
Every
man.
time, like, you ever be
What
so,
is the meaning of life?
you ever be, whether if it's like in the, like, for me, it happens more often in the morning, but you ever be so tired, like, yo, fuck the radio. Like, I'm just driving right now. It
Yeah.
happens to me so often, especially if I'm early driving to work somewhere. Bro, I used to have so many moments like that. It's like, yo,
When you're-
and I don't even realize,
When your Bluetooth don't connect and you're just like,
bro, it just be, I'm like, yo, it's not playing. I don't really care. Here we are. Let's ride out with these thoughts real quick. Jail. So,
Vic, how are you doing today? So you start talking to yourself.
yeah, bro. But that Matthew McConaughey thing is me. Like the way that be pitch black, he just driving on the highway, nobody there. It's about to be me in a couple minutes.
Yeah, bro. Vic's gonna have to buy a Lincoln soon. He's gonna take over Matthew McConaughey's position.
Where do you even buy? I see. I mean, they probably have them in like group dealership, but I never see like a Lincoln dealership.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's always like a part of. It's always a part of like.
It probably is. It probably depends on like city you're in, to be honest, because I know there's probably certain cities that have like all this shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I don't know, but 'cause I think when I was I don't remember where I was at. I don't know if I was in New York or maybe like I think I was in New York, and I think like we were taking an Uber, and I remember just seeing like a bunch of different type of like dealerships, like Audi, all this, and I'm just like, yo, like I've never like BMW.
Yeah.
Like, I'm like, yo, I've
Well,
never seen these.
In
before.
Philly, there is a strip like that. I forgot where it is, but there's like one where it's like you see like Audi, like BMW, and like they're all just like.
Boulevards?
No. It's like in more towards south, I believe, or something.
Okay.
Yeah, no, the bullet is just. What's his name? Yeah, what the fuck is his name?
I know you're talking.
Barbarians on the Boulevard. Boy, I guess.
Barbarians on the Boulevard, the best. Boy, I guess.
Yeah.
No. Free
No.
promotion.
Yeah.
Stop. Cut it.
Hit us up, bro. Get us a car.
Exactly.
But
We buy any cars.
you know what's funny? There's gonna come a day where I would imagine this blows up or something. We have to go somewhere else, or we have to meet people from other places around the world, and they won't ever get that reference. They didn't grow up with Barbarians on the Boulevard or 4 Mile Mills. That's wild to me. But it makes you think also because right now, like with my job, I have to watch sports really often, right? And sometimes when I'm at work early, I have to pull up like ESPN and shit or like any sports channel. And you know, daytime television is trash, bro. Like,
yeah.
especially the commercials are so weird. They're tailored towards people who either don't work or like very old.
Yeah.
And some of these car dealership commercials are like the just stuff for like body pains and all those medications. Some of those commercials are so bad now, bro. They're so cringy. I don't believe how they get onto like TV airways and they film this and
This
they're like,
is
yo,
why.
that's what it is.
Because they know no one's watching it.
There's one, I forget what the name of the dealership is. Thank God, because I don't want to shout y'all out. But there's one that's like, oh, like come to Bob's dealership. You know, we're the best at whatever. We got the best rates. come here, no credit, good credit, bad credit, no problem, we got you. And then it's like Bill's there, or like Bob is there on the side. He's grilling. He's like, end the summer sales event. And it's like, Bob, you're on fire. And he has a chef hat on and he's grilling and his hat is on fire. But it's a fake GIF of like fire and you can see the straight off cutoff. It doesn't even blend into his hat. And the girl that's winning was like, Bob, you're on fire. He's like, thanks. She's like, no, you're really on fire. And he's like, oh. And then it just cuts off.
Yo, I can't, bro.
We should be allowed to rob that dealership and not get our hands chopped off.
We should be allowed to make our own commercials if this is what they're coming up with, you know?
That's the thing. Yo, that might be a business.
I'm telling you.
We hit up these we hit up these like small, these small businesses that don't know no better. Like, yo, we'll shoot you a proper commercial for the low.
For the low.
Like, not for the low, but like cheaper than what?
A percentage, you know?
Cheaper than what these high class places will do. We'll do you a better job with an iPhone.
Yeah.
And we're going to give you better flame effects on your hat, Bob.
That will give you better quality, better shots. I'm sorry, but y'all not acting in it. We're gonna get better people to act in it because y'all clearly can't do it.
That's the shit that gets me mad too, is like they'll do the family ones, you know, they have their kids in it. Or the ones that are really bad when they have like, I'm saying for here because we're in Philly, but like Philly athlete commercials. A lot of them don't be acting well. Yeah. And my favorite / like terrible one is the Cure auto insurance ones because they swap out the athlete every time. It used to be AI back in the day.
I'm dead. Okay.
And now it's like Tyrese Maxey, or they'll have like Jalen Hurts or a bunch of other people. It's just like, oh, how do you feel practice went? So I thought it went pretty well. It's like, what about the coverage? It's like, it's the best in the business. He's like, you talking about the defensive coverage? Nah, Cure auto insurance coverage.
You know what's funny though is that with Jalen, they have one for Jalen Hurts, but it's for Hulu.
That one's great though.
That one's so dumb.
It's like, yo, your name the whole time. It's like, I guess so. He's so quiet and so his acting is still like so monotone too though. He's like, I guess it was.
Yo, I can't.
It hurts and it's like it just stretches out his jersey.
Is it Jalen Hulu watch Hulu Live Sports anyway?
Like Hulu has live sports, or they'll be at dinner. He's like, "Don't worry, guys, I got it." And he whips out a Hulu card. And the name is extended on John.
I was like, "Yo, y'all need to stop, bro." I was watching that the other day. I was like, "Why? Who thought of this, bro?"
But that one's kind of funny. Like I fuck with it.
Yeah.
They had one with Joel Embiid too, but that John was just like. He's like, Hulu have high live sports.
yeah. I know exactly what you're talking about.
He's like, I'm the MVP. He just has his accent, all deep ass voice.
Oh man, bro.
It's like there's no blockage in coverage from Cure auto insurance.
And you know, we got the famous Shaq, you know, does everything.
It's a part of the process. Shaq is just like, I got the honey. Now here come the bees. Bro, he got like 30 commercials.
Bro, I can't. He's on the fucking General. Bro. He fucking got shit for Icy Hot.
Yeah.
He got everything, bro.
The General, Icy Hot. He's with Papa John's now. He owns a bunch of On-E ends. He has his own sneakers in Walmart. He has, you know what else he has? I don't know if when's the last time he went to a Staples. But he's
on the printers.
He's on the printers.
He's been on that job for a minute because he was on there when I was working at Best Buy. Yeah. So I know it's been there for a minute. That man is on everything now.
I love it though. And he does DJ shit. He DJ'd in Citizens Bank Park this summer. I don't know if you knew that. And then my one coworker, he went to Tomorrowland, I think it's called. It's like this crazy like week-long rave type shit. Like the whole area is like they do like if you get a chance later, like look it up. It's like castles and shit. Like it's huge. It's in like fucking like Denmark or somewhere far in Europe. But he performed there. He DJ'd there.
Oh wow.
And supposedly he like just DJs for fun. Like he loses money on those shows. Like he just goes all out. He likes doing it because I guess the commercials are paying for those shows.
Speaking of somebody who is DJing, did you happen to see that video of fucking Will Ferrell at that frat party?
It's his son's frat party.
Yo, I was dying because he was really just feeling it. He was like...
And it's his own song type shit. And he's like his tracksuit.
I was dying, bro, because I'm like, yo, if there's anybody who could pull this off, it's him. He was literally just vibing.
I feel like Will Ferrell, Jack Black, like you could put them in any kind of situation. There's other guys too, but like you could put those in any situation. It'll just make sense. Adam Sandler, I feel like it'll fit. But like he could just be himself and it works. And I feel like he's done so many movies that I feel like that's a character in and of itself. Like him just being at a college frat, just grayed out with his curls.
Just vibing. I was like, yo, who is this man, bro?
Fucking man. That's what I aspire to be, man.
Yeah, bro.
Imagine your dad being Will Ferrell.
That's what I'm saying.
He pulled up to his son's frat party at USC. That's cool,
that's
man.
awesome.
There's a lot of school. I wish that there was a chance for you to like, without fucking anything up, just going from like college to college per year. That'd be gas. Like you do 4 years, but you got to do one in Temple, one in fucking USC, one in Florida, one in, I would do that for sure. One in Texas, because like USC got it popping right now. USC has LeBron's son is playing there. Caleb Williams won the Heisman last year. He's about to win it again this year, most likely. He's like a big deal. And then there's another Barack Obama's daughter goes there.
Wow, superstars.
So like the campus is popping right now.
Basically, shit. I'm becoming friends with them overnight. Yeah, where he at?
Probably not even allowed to get near them type shit.
Yeah, it's very true, probably.
Yeah, but
probably only have 3 people with him at a time.
So what is Aiden Ross doing on campus?
Hey man, yeah.
But that time is gone. I graduated college out of Temple. Can't go back. Had some good memories there, but it is what it is. Low key, we out of time. We've been going for a minute, so we're gonna hop up out of here. Mark, where can they find you?
Find me Instagram, etc Marky Mark, Twitter at Marky Mark. Victor, where can they find you and etc.
Find me everywhere at etc Victor. Set ourselves at Real etc on all platforms. Think about changing our name to like our ad name to something different because I don't know what Real etc really. If it's hard, people have a hard time pronouncing it. We'll try, but everything's taken. We'll figure it out one day. Emails real.etc@gmail.com. We appreciate all the love always. Keep making videos. Keep doing what we do. What else? Free Palestine. And we'll catch you guys next week. Bye.